What's going on, guys? Your BC5. And my, can you believe it? Week 16. Like, where was the time myself from?
But two. What? Saturday night game, the Falcons, Detroit on them Lions. And, Lions, how the hell do you lose to the Cardinals? That's all I'm gonna say. Especially how bad they were playing. And the Falcons, they're 12-2, but I think it's easily to be said that this is a team that could easily be, 10-4, something like that. But, I think, Falcons can lose this game. You just remember, it was not that long ago they lost to the Panthers on the road. And so anything can happen really, but I think the Falcons will win this game. Detroit, this has just been a bad year for them. Everyone says, oh, Megatron, Calvin Johnson, the Madden curse, the Madden curse. But, it's not so much the Madden curse that happened to him, it's just the team. The team just sucks. I'm sorry, Lions fans, if you're watching this, but your team just sucks. Alright, so next you got the Saints taking on them. How about them Cowboys? This could be a trap game for the Cowboys, of course. They're an NFC East hunt, of course. And the Saints, they've already been eliminated several weeks ago. So, the best thing they can do right now is become spoilers for this team. And honestly, we always talked about the Cowboys and Tony Romo, how they falter, they just disappear in December. Honestly think they will not win this game. Again, I think this is a trap game for them. I think this is when we see the Tony Romo of old, not the new, in December. I think he'll falter. The defense is going to falter. Yes, the Saints defense is horrible, but they still have a good offensive game. You still got Drew Brees. You still got Darren Sproles and Mark Ingram. You still got Moore, you got Colston, you got Jimmy Graham. You still got those offensive weapons right there, and I don't know if Dallas can really handle it. Especially Dallas is still bad against the run, guys. So, don't be surprised if guys like Ingram, Sproles, hell, maybe even Pierre Thomas, could have a big game for them, or Chris Ivory, whoever they want to have at running back. So I'm going to go with the Saints. You see the Titans going to Lambeau, taking on the Packers. Packers, they basically, going to clinch the division, basically. And the Titans, they beat the Jets on Monday Night Football. But the Packers, Jordy Nelson supposedly going to be out. Just because, again, this is kind of like a meaningless game for them. So, but I'm still going to go with the Packers. And you got the Colts going to Lambeau, taking on the Chiefs. Apparently, I believe if the Colts win this game, they clinch a playoff berth. So I think they will win this game. Chiefs, they just had a bad year. And Angelone and company have done very well this season, surprisingly for them. So I'm going to go with the Colts. Next, you got the Bills going to Miami, taking on the Dolphins. Bills, they got killed by the Seahawks. The Dolphins, they're playing a little bit better of late. Not horrible, not that bad, I guess. But I'm going to go with the Dolphins. Miami's actually played pretty well at home. I'm surprised how many people noticed. But yeah. Next, you got the Chargers. Go Chargers, go. Taking on the Jets. So you have Greg McElroy starting for the Jets, and you have Sanchez, open to being traded, and Tebow's like, get me the hell out of here. Actually, he won't even say the word hell, he'd say heck. But, the Jets usually do well against the Chargers. You look at the history, especially in December, I've noticed. My gut's telling me to go with the Chargers. I don't know why, but I'm just going to go with the Chargers, alright? It's a toss-up, really, for me, but I'm going to go with the Chargers. Next, you got the Redskins taking on the Eagles. The Eagles, yeah, that's the season they've been having. Yeah, you can't even express it. The Redskins, they basically control their own destiny. You know, they won last week without RG3. Granted, it was against the Browns, but Kirk Cousins did well. RG3 is coming back. You know, the great year he's had. So, you know, the Redskins, I think, could possibly win, have a good chance to win the NFC East. Who would have thought of that in earlier this season? Redskins winning the NFC East. So I'm going to go with the Redskins. Next, you got the Bengals going to Pittsburgh, taking on the Steelers. Steelers! I don't know if they're... Are they eliminated from the playoffs? They're either eliminated or they're going to be eliminated. It's one or the other. But Steelers, they could... Either way, they could spoil the Bengals season right here. And the Bengals need to win. This is going to be a close game. Bengals got too close with the Eagles last Thursday night. I don't know what's going on with that. Excuse me. But I'm going to go with... Yeah, this is hard to go with anyone. I'm going to go with... God almighty. I'm going to go with the Steelers. Just go because it's at home. I just have that feeling. The Steelers somehow in Heinz Field will win this game. So I'm going to go with the Steelers. Next, you got the Rams taking on the Buccaneers. The Bucks, they looked like they were going somewhere, not so much now. The Rams, hey, you tied the 49ers. And you beat them, too. So, not much in this game, but, you know, I'm going to go with the Buccaneers. Next, you got the Raiders taking on the Panthers. The Raiders, they're just like, LOL, we need a new QB. Panthers are like, you know, a year prior, we have Cam Newton. Alright, so I'm going to go with the Panthers. Next, you got the Patriots taking on the Jaguars. Patriots had that crazy game last Sunday night against the 49ers. You know, it's crazy what cold and wet weather will do to turn the ball over. You know? But, you know, they almost came back in that game. So, you know, even though they did lose, I think that was a wake-up call for the Patriots. You know, oh, you beat the Texans. You know, I think that was a wake-up call. We're probably going to kill the Jaguars here. So, I'm going to go with the Patriots. They got the Vikings taking on the Texans. Vikings. Adrian Peterson's like, I put my team on the back. And the Texans are like, you know what, we're getting stuff into gear now. I think they will clinch home field advantage here. So I go with the Texans. Then you got the Browns taking on Peyton Manning and the Broncos. F it. Freaking, like, the Broncos are going 13-3, alright? Like, goddamn. They're not losing out, alright? I'm going with the Broncos. Next, you got the Bears and the Cardinals. Cardinals, I don't know how well they won last week, but the Bears, as bad as they've been playing lately, they gotta win this game, alright? They need to win this game, alright? It's just, you know, you focus so much on your defense. Your defense is not showing up. You're sitting there going, our offense is nothing but Brandon Marshall. So, go with the Bears. Next, you got the Giants taking on the Ravens. Again, I think this is a trap game right here. You know, I know the Ravens have a better record than the Giants. Giants have not played well lately. And, you know, I know Baltimore's been all that great, but I think they expect, I believe Ray Lewis is supposed to come back this week. And, you know, I just think that this Ravens team can get it going. I mean, this is a Giants team that could not freaking score against the Falcons. I'm saying the Falcons have a horrible defense, but, you know, at least you think they would score, you know, something, you know. But, you know, the Ravens, both these teams need this win. It's a big game for both these teams. And last but not least, you got this, so I'm going to go with the Ravens. Last but not least, you got the Sunday night game. Remember, guys, no Monday night game. Niners, Seahawks. Big game right here. Both these teams have great defenses. Everyone's talking about Colin Kaepernick, but honestly, Russell Wilson's gone under the radar. I know a lot of people talking about RG3. I'm a fan of RG3. I like RG3. You know, Andrew Luck, he's good. You know, he's done a good job in Indy. But Russell Wilson, no one's talking about Russell Wilson. He's done a great job in Seattle. You know, he's done, you know, not amazing passing yards, really all that great. But, you know, he's thrown quite a bit of touchdowns to, you know, his interception ratio. He plays well at home. You know, that defense plays well at home. They've scored, what, over 100 points the last 2 games. And again, both these defenses are good, so it's not like, oh, excuse me. So it's not like, oh, yeah, the 49ers have good defense, or the Seahawks have good defense. They got a good defense. I know they're, you know, and their top cornerback was suspended by the NFL. But I think the Seahawks being undefeated at home continue it. That's right. I think, we have two young, good quarterbacks here, Kaepernick, Wilson. I think the Seahawks get it done, and I think they win this game in Seattle, and they clinch a playoff berth. That's it for me, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comments, video responses, I love it.